Hi, I'm Mitch Gallagher. Welcome to Sweetwater Soundcheck. This time out, a hybrid virtual microphone collection from Slate Digital. Let's get started. Today we're checking out the VMS, or Virtual Microphone System from Slate Digital. Now, Stephen Slate has put a ton of research into creating very authentic sounding virtual microphones. The virtual mic system consists of two parts. There's the hardware and the software. The hardware comprises a proprietary, very neutral sounding microphone and an ultralinear microphone preamp. You route the signal into your DAW, and within the DAW you apply plugins that emulate the tones and the response of vintage microphones. The result is you capture a very neutral sounding raw track, and then you process that track using models of vintage microphones. This allows you to shape the tone, basically to reamp the vocals after the fact, and apply the microphone that you like to capture exactly the tone that you're after. The hardware comprises two parts. First of all, we have the ML1. Now, a lot of research went into creating this microphone to make its response super flat and to make it very neutral sounding. We want the most neutral track we can get so that when you apply the plugins to it, you're starting from a very basic, very neutral tone, and you can apply the plugins to that neutral tone. Likewise, the VMS1, or the microphone preamp section, is an ultralinear microphone preamp that's designed to deliver flat response, ultralinear response, so that it's not coloring the incoming signal at all. The VMS1 can be switched for either line level or microphone signals, so you could run a line level signal through this and process it later inside your DAW. You have polarity invert for compensating for phase issues. We also have a pad for taming high levels. There's a power on-off switch and also a 48 volt phantom power on-off switch. This is a condenser mic, so you do have to have 48 volt phantom power applied. And finally, we have a gain control for setting the overall level from the microphone that's feeding into your DAW. For our audio interface today, I'm using an Apogee Element 46. This new interface has the same audio quality as the Ensemble Thunderbolt, a high-end interface from Apogee. We're connected by Thunderbolt to my MacBook Pro, and I'm running Pro Tools 12.5 inside my MacBook. Sweetwater's Nick DiVirgilio will provide us with some raw vocals to get us started. We'll record those to a track in Pro Tools, and then we'll go back after the fact, and we'll apply those vintage microphone models, as well as some vintage microphone preamp models, and hear the tonal effects of applying those models onto our raw signal.
Mary Jane says, come along, I got what you need. You're not alone, I'll be your friend. Just you wait and see.
Now we have Nick's raw vocal recorded into Pro Tools, and once again our signal path was the ML1 microphone, the VMS1 preamp, straight into our Apogee Element interface, and straight into Pro Tools. There's no other processing there at all. It's an entirely analog path until it reaches the Element and is converted to digital to go into Pro Tools. Now we have our track in Pro Tools. We can instantiate the VMR plugin, which allows you to load in the microphones. So we'll go down here to Slate Digital, open up the virtual mix rack. Now this virtual mix rack is sort of analogous to a 500 series rack where you'd load in different analog modules. But in this case, we can load in a variety of different plugins, up to 8 different plugins simultaneously. Slate has a wide variety of plugins that are available. There are EQs, there are compressors, all sorts of things. What we're interested in right now is down here at the bottom, the VMC Classic Tube mics. And when we open this up, we can select among all the different microphones that are available. When you purchase the virtual microphone system, it comes with 3 vintage microphone emulations. There's a C800G from Sony, there's a U47, and there's a 251. Now these are classic tube microphones, large diaphragm microphones that are great on vocals and can also be used on a variety of other sources. You can also add additional optional microphones, which I've done here. I have the whole selection available, so we'll listen to some of those different options as well. The second part of the equation is adding in a virtual microphone preamp, and we have 2 options there, a Neve 1073 or a Telefunken 76. So we'll scroll up and let's add in the 1073. Let's begin by listening to the raw vocal straight through the microphone and the preamp and into Pro Tools with no plugins engaged. I bypassed the plugins, so we're just hearing the raw vocal in this case.
Mary Jane says, come along, I got what you need. You're not alone, I'll be your friend. Just you wait and see.
Now we'll engage the plugin. We'll select the U47 model and we'll run that through the 1073. So we'll bypass, select our microphone here, bring things up a little bit. Let's bring up a little bit on our 1073 as well. And we're ready to go.
Mary Jane says, come along, I got what you need. You're not alone, I'll be your friend. Just you wait and see.
Now we'll select the Sony 800 microphone.
Mary Jane says, come along, I got what you need. You're not alone, I'll be your friend. Just you wait and see.
Here's our 251.
Mary Jane says, come along, I got what you need. You're not alone, I'll be your friend. Just you wait and see.
Next up, we have a U67.
Mary Jane says, come along, I got what you need. You're not alone, I'll be your friend. Just you wait and see.
And our C12.
Mary Jane says, come along, I got what you need. You're not alone, I'll be your friend. Just you wait and see.
And finally, the 269.
Mary Jane says, come along, I got what you need. You're not alone, I'll be your friend. Just you wait and see.
If you're looking to expand your microphone collection with a number of very desirable vintage tube microphones, you definitely want to check out the VMS. Just as a microphone itself, the ML1 and the VMS1 make a great sounding system that works very well for a lot of different sources. But when you start to add in all those different microphone models and preamp models that you can add on top of that for shaping the sound, you can really dial in on exactly what works best with each voice or with each instrument you're recording. It's an entirely analog signal path coming from the microphone through the preamp and then into your converter. And then you have those digital models that do such a great job, that are so well researched and so well created for emulating the sound of the authentic microphones. It's a very affordable way to add thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars of vintage microphones to your studio mic locker. I hope you've enjoyed this look at the Slate VMS. Thanks for joining me for Sweetwater Soundcheck. I'm Mitch Gallagher.